Okay, let's dive in. I hope you got a chance to read a couple of this. The first article I'm wanting to talk about is this article in Human Events written by Christopher Horner. I actually have downloaded his book off on from the internet as well, which is called Red Hot Lies, which is a pretty expansive compendium of debunking of the global warming propaganda. It's very comprehensive and yeah, that's a lot. It's a 400-page book. So
Okay.
okay, but anyway, really great stuff. And he the article in Human Events is called "Green Wacko Tobacco." I guess a play on words on the wacky tobacco moniker for marijuana. The the article, though, the first point it looks like it makes it the alarmists. He says the alarmists are accusing the skeptics of tobacco tactics, like Nabisco and whatever RJR and that whole thing in the 80s, and but they themselves have been using it, like cherry picking facts to spin their conclusions and using junk science.
Yes, what it amounts to, Joey, is trying to vilify the skeptics on global warming, trying to identify them with someone who we all accept and believe is the bad guys, and in recent history, the bad guys have been the scientists who supported the tobacco companies in their claim that smoking did not cause cancer, and they used what generally referred to as junk science to try to prove that. Um, and so the alarmists are identifying the skeptics as similar, in similar trends, using junk science to discredit global warming science, and and also to be in the pocket of financial interests that want to kill the global warming alarmist agenda, namely the oil companies, etc. And so, but Chris Warner has an answer to all that, right?
Yeah, that's in fact. It looked like his second major point was that the alarmists are accusing the skeptics of being in the pocket of big oil, when they themselves are getting 5 billion a year from the government and to spin all the science towards showing
So
catastrophe.
you've heard the expression, the pot calling the kettle black. I don't know whether that's an expression you use anymore, but it takes one to call one type of a thing. Uh, the global warming alarmists are the worst in terms of letting their funding influence their scientific opinions. They have all this funding coming from the government, billions of dollars, and on the other side, there's a few $1 million from here and there. I don't know whether it's oil companies or what, but there's not a lot of money coming in for the skeptics' point of view, but there's a tremendous amount of taxpayer money going to the alarmist point of view, and that's where the real corruption is. Because it's in the order of magnitude, so like 1,000 times more funding on the alarmist side. So it's really a ridiculous claim to say that the skeptics are being corrupted by money.
Yeah, but rationality and balance of of the logic is not really part of their thing. It's more scare first, and then
Well, you got to think that they're just really disingenuous by making that claim, because they should surely know that their side is the most corrupted in terms of funding.
hmm certainly they're on a big gravy train. The third major point was interesting to me because, as an engineer who plays with data every day, the claims that they fudge the geological uh, climate data. I mean, the data
Yeah, there's a
collected
lot of
from.
that going around. See, now what's happened is that the Earth has not really been warming in the last decade or so. Since I understand, and what I've read is that since 1998, there's actually been a cooling trend, which again correlates pretty well with sunspots. Uh, you can trace all the ups and downs in the climate change all in the 20th century to the frequency of the sunspots, and so that's really what's going on. Is what's controlling climate. In other words, it's the sun, stupid. But yeah, look, but they want to pretend that it's carbon dioxide, and so they have to have data support that. Well, there isn't any, so they've got to make it up. So what they've done is a lot of things. Chris Warner has mentioned in his article that they're putting kilometers above
asphalt.
with heaters and things to try to get the data up to make it look like it's warming. One of the other things that's not in this article that I read from the Cato Institute is what they've done is they've thrown out some of the data from the past that made it look like it was warmer, so that they could get it to make actually made it. I guess data from the past that would have been caused the data to be cooler, so it looks like it's warming. Anyway,
Yep.
they just they've thrown out data, and what they say that the reason they have to throw it out is that contaminated, but that's really not the reason. The reason is that they're throwing certain data out is because it doesn't give them the results that they want. So there's lots of things like that, but remember, it's all for a good cause, and the cause is to save the world from global warming.
Yeah, and I even talked to a scientist online, I might have told you before, who admitted that she supports the exaggerating to get people's attention. This from a scientist, a PhD student.
Yeah.
So I'll send you that link.
That's the mindset that they're dealing with, certainly, and it's not a conspiracy. They just all kind of independently believe that that's justified. That basically the public is too stupid to understand the real facts, and so you have to spoon feed them propaganda.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good segue, because this